This is Jermaine reporting for the Pound for Pound Boxing Show. I'm joined alongside Paul Butler. How you doing, mate?
Yeah, I'm good. Not too bad. Just locked away in my hotel room, Bolton.
So, Paul, I want to ask you how you been and how's the weigh-in going into the fight?
Fine, yeah, they're all good. Arrived yesterday, weigh-in today. All good. Yeah, the weigh-in went fine. Made weight last night, so everything's good. Yeah, just ready to go now.
Yeah. So, Paul, you've obviously been out of the ring since October last year. The last time you fought against Ryan Walker, or a points win. How excited are you to be back in the ring this Friday night?
Yeah, it's nice to be back out. Obviously, the pandemic that we're in, everyone's dying to get out, and I'm luckily enough. This is my second one out. A few people have had a few more, but I'm just happy to be out again, and hopefully we can push on after this. I've got a tough test, but it's nice to be out, and nice to be out in a meaningful fight.
Yeah, brilliant. Let's talk about your fight. Obviously, you're fighting tomorrow night. You're fighting change of opponent, the last minute change of opponent. You're fighting Willibaldo. So Willibaldo Garcia instead of Joseph Agbeko. How do you feel about obviously the opponent last change of thing? Has it affected your preparation in any way?
Yeah, obviously I trained for Agbeko for like 10 weeks solid. Studied him, watched him, got all the sparring in for Agbeko, and then unfortunately visa problems, and then we go from probably a thinking fight with Agbeko to an all-action fight with Garcia, who's just in your face. He's non-stop. So completely different styles to what we've worked for, but it's something that you've got to stay professional and you've got to stay switched on and hopefully get a job done. Yeah.
I want to talk to you, but obviously he's another Mexican fighter. We've not had the best of luck recently with Mexican fighters coming over here fighting in the UK. Has that played in the back of your mind at all? Obviously, tough Mexican fighters over there caused a few shocks to some of our fighters over here. Has that come in your mind recently?
You obviously know, because obviously some big fighters have been beat by the Mexicans, the unknown Mexicans coming over and just ripping up the script. But obviously I've got plans for my win. Do you know what I mean? I'm not letting a Mexican come over here with a week's notice and get the win. This is my night, and he's definitely not ruining that. I've trained hard, and it doesn't matter who I've trained for. I've trained for 10 weeks solid. All the work's been done, so it doesn't matter who's in front of me tomorrow night.
Yeah. Obviously, I want to ask you, how big is it for you to put on a performance there and obviously push yourself up the world rankings, potentially to fight for another world title?
Yeah, see that's the blow for me, that, because with Agbeko it was a final eliminator for the world title, but obviously with Agbeko problems with the visa, then that's pushed that back. So I don't know what's going to happen with final eliminators or eliminators, because of Agbeko, he's number one. This Garcia, I don't think he's ranked, so I think I'll just get this fight out of the way, and then I think we'll probably end up talking about the Agbeko fight again, if that can be made pretty shortly.
Yeah. Obviously that must be very frustrating. Obviously you geared yourself up for 10 weeks to fight one man, and then obviously they lost a change of opponent. It's kind of put a spanner in the works.
Yeah, I'm fit, I'm ready, so the hard work's been done. All it is, it's just the change of the opponent. I'm fit, I'm ready. I've sat down with Joe this week and we've watched the opponent, so we're ready for what's in front of us. Yeah.
Obviously, you got your stablemate fighting on the card as well Friday night. Hosey Burton is fighting against Liam Conroe. Tough fight there. Good fight there. 50-50 fight, what you would say. How's it been going in camp being with Hosey going into this fight?
Yeah, it's been good with Hosey. We've both pushed each other along. We've both been on track. Our long runs, our sprints, we've had to work right the way through together, which has been a good thing because we've both been in big fights. So when one's feeling tired one day, just a little nudge here and there, do you know what I mean? As long as someone's with you, you know someone's feeling the same pain. So Hosey's ready. I've watched a lot of spars of Hosey, and he's looking the best I've seen him for a while. So he's more than happy. He's prepared. He's trained with a smile on his face.
Yeah, obviously it's good to see him back in the ring as well. I'm sure he's been working hard. Obviously, this is a final eliminator for the English title, I think, as well. So he could potentially go on and fight Donaire and potentially become a light heavyweight champion.
Yeah, I think it's a final eliminator for the British title, isn't it? So,
sorry, my bad, yeah.
Yeah, I think he wins this, he goes and boxes for the British title. I think that'd be 2 notches on the British title for him then, because with Butler only that would have been 2, but he obviously got beat with about 30 seconds to go. But that'll be 2 notches on the British title. He'd need another 2 defences to keep it outright. So I'm sure Jose's got his one eye on that.
Yeah, brilliant. I want to ask you, obviously, you had to talk a bit about some of the other stablemates. Obviously, Callum Johnson made his return a couple of months ago now with a fantastic knockout when he's returned to the ring. Obviously, Tasha Jonas came up short against Katie Taylor. How they been in camp recently, and obviously how good they've been looking since they returned back to the ring?
Yeah, they've been good. Callum's all action, as he's shown in his 2 rounds destruction of that kiddie box. The kiddie box was no mug. I think he'd only lost 1 or 2 himself. Caught Callum with a nice right hand, but he composed himself. He got through it, and then he goes out and he finishes him in the next round. You get what you see with Callum. He's in your face and he's all action. I'm sure the general public love watching Callum because he is all action. Tasha, very, very unlucky. Anyone that was watching or was tuning in that knew me, they were all texting me because they all knew I was sparring with Tash for that fight out. I was watching Katie Taylor for ages and ages and ages, day after day, with Joe, by myself at home, just trying to pick up little things what Katie was doing, and then we were taking that into sparring. A lot of the sparring was drills, but it was drills on what Katie'd do. Tash was unbelievable that camp. I think everyone seems to think because Tash got beat early on in that shock defeat that when she steps up, she's at her level, but she's getting better and better each camp. As the performances show. So Terry Harper, I thought she beat Terry Harper by a couple of rounds. And Katie Taylor, she's got the pound for pound #1 woman in front of her, and she's been nipped by a round. Just shows you how much improving Tasha's doing.
Mm-hmm. And obviously, I don't know if you heard, obviously, there's a Super Series, a World Boxing Super Series is opening up soon. I'm sure Natasha is going to want to be involved in that. There's a chance to maybe push on and win a world title, and maybe even become a unified world champion.
Yeah, definitely. I heard about it last week. I was in the gym and I was asking what's happening. Tasha, I said, have you got a date in that? She said she's got a date, but she doesn't know because she doesn't know what's going on with the World Boxing Super Series. So, super featherweights, I think that's Tasha's weight anyway. I think Tash is naturally a super featherweight. She hits very hard, as she's shown in both fights. Well, most of her fights she stopped most people anyway. I've always said she carries power, and even for the top elite professionals in and around super feather, the lightweights, she carries serious power just to change a fight like that. But I think with the super featherweights, I think if Tash goes in the World Boxing Super Series, we're in for a treat.
Yeah, 100%. I fully agree with you. I was staying on a bit about Callum Johnson. Obviously, he made his return, winning. He's stated that he wants to fight for a world title against Joe Smith Jr. Can you see that fight materialising sometime this year, maybe?
Yeah, I think so. I think if Callum gets out again pretty soon, end of June maybe. No, end of July. Sorry. Yeah, I think that's what Callum wants. I don't think Callum can be bothered waiting around for the likes of Lyndon Arthur and Yard they've got a bit of unfinished business. So if them 2 box, while Callum goes and boxes Joe Smith, then I think that'd be perfect for Callum. But I think you're looking at middle of the summer start of next year by the time if them 3 are boxing each other and then going on to challenge for the world title. Joe Smith could possibly have lost it by then. And that's why they all want a little bit of the cake. They all want to try and get at it nice and quick. Yeah,
100%. I'm sure, like I said, there's going to be we've got some great prospects, and I'm sure Callum, obviously, he come up short last time for world title, and I'm sure he can go there and beat Joe Smith Jr. and become a world champion at last.
Yeah, definitely. When Callum lost to Beterbiev, all he said was, "I want that rematch. It's a fight I can win." Because he dropped him and then seemed to not do much. He just not so much froze, but he was like, "Is this meant to happen?"
Yeah.
Whereas now, he'd jump all over him and finish him. And I think Callum's got that confidence now and believes in himself.
Okay, brilliant. Let's move on and talk about that. Callum Smith, obviously, he's not fought since his fight with Canelo. He's now gone up to light heavyweight from super middleweight. Has he been back in training? Is he looking good? You think he could be fighting anytime soon?
I've only seen Callum for the last couple of weeks. I'm not sure what Callum's doing. I've just seen him ticking in and out of strength and conditioning. I haven't seen him doing any punching. So with Callum, I couldn't really tell you.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Okay, let's talk a bit about obviously the bantamweight world level scene at the moment. Obviously, last week you had Inoue retain these titles with a fantastic win, stopping his opponent with a fantastic body shot. I want to ask you, obviously, I'm sure you want to become a world champion again. I'm sure you're going to be pushing on to fight these sort of fighters. And would you welcome a fight with Inoue one day in the future?
Anyone, mate. If they've got a world title, then I'll fight anyone. That's what I'm in the sport for. You want to test yourself with the very best. Personally, I think what will happen is I think Donaire will beat Casemiro. The pair of them will have 2 belts. Them two will have the rematch. Winner will move on. And I think the belts will become all vacant, but I don't think they're going to stay around for the mandatories. I know he's just beat his mandatory in Das Marinas, but I think he pretty much knew he was going to get him out of there pretty sharp. It's like he's different level. He's unbelievable. He's nice. Do you know what? It's one of them where he's my weight, but he's one of them where you wake up and you think, he's on tonight. I'm going to watch that.
Yeah.
He's just a special fighter, and it's nice that he's in our generation, and it's nice to watch.
Yeah, terrific fighter, very, very talented fighter. Still very young as well. Obviously,
still very young.
Yeah, so still got.
It's scary that he's coming up from the likes of flyweight and literally putting people to sleep from flyweight. All right, it'd be all right if he was like stopping them on the feet or with barrage of punches, but he's literally poleaxing them and putting them fast asleep, which is scary. Especially down at the lighter weights.
Yeah, I mean, fantastic fight. Very, very good performance last week. Never in doubt that he was going to get the win. I want to ask you, can you see that fight with the rematch with Donaire happening again one day?
Yeah, I think that's what they're gearing up for. I think Inoue's done his side of the job now. I think Donaire and Casemiro, which no one expected, because Rigo was meant to be in for the WBO title, with him pulling out. I don't know why he's pulled out or anything. I just seen Donaire was stepping in, so that's a good fight in itself.
Yeah,
Donaire, Casemiro, two bangers. Them two will lock horns, but I just think Donaire, he'll know a little bit too much. He'll get the job done, and then they'll gear up for that big fight, because Donaire wants it massively. He was close to getting him in the 9th round in the World Boxing Super Series final. He wants it again. They're good friends. Like they speak and that still. So I think that fight will happen. Yeah,
I think it will happen. Obviously, I think they come together last week, and you can see the respect there between the both fighters there. Yeah. Obviously, they fantastic fight when they put a show on. It was a fantastic fight, very, very close fight, and I'm sure we'll do numbers again in terms of fans and stuff like that, and pay-per-views maybe.
Yeah, I honestly didn't think it'd be as good as it was. I thought we'd have a look at him for 6 rounds. I thought, and then he'd start taking over around about the 8 mark. I thought he might stop him around about then, but it looked like Donaire was coming on strong here and back in round 9. Carries power, Donaire. Like, everyone seemed to think he was finished, washed up by the time he hit featherweight. With Frampton done a job on him, made it look pretty easy. But I think that was just the actual size of Donaire. And I think with him coming back down, you're seeing the ability and the threat what he poses.
Yeah. I mean, it's like I said, it'll be a fantastic fight. Hopefully, they do get on Obviously, make some history as well with the belts being on the line. Hopefully, one day we get to see that again, because it was a terrific first match, very, very close match. Obviously, Inoue sneaked it, but Donaire showed how quality of fighter he is, a veteran and a terrific fighter.
Top class fighter. From you've got one that's done it for generations, and one it's just like passing the torch over. Away you go. That's what everyone thought last time, but looks like they're gonna do it again.
Yeah. Paul, I want to talk to you a bit about on the domestic scene, the bantamweight division. Obviously, you've got some great fighters there, potentially opponents where you can have as well. The likes of Mcgregor, you got the likes of Fire, you got Farooq, Kashfarooq as well. You got Liamdavies as well. I want to ask you, if you was fighting for world title and you could potentially defend your title against one of these fighters, which one would it be?
The most likely of them fights who you just named is Lee McGregor. We're on the same platform with MTK. He's number 3 with the IBF. I'm number 4. There's no one in at 1. There's no one in at 2. So if that IBF title was to become vacant by Inoue, by way of him winning all the titles, then vacating and going up a weight, Lee McGregor is the obvious one, which could possibly happen. I think he's probably the best out of the ones you just named. I think he's improved massively since the Kash first fight. But he seems to be growing as well. He's massive. He's getting bigger. He seems a nice kid. I'm made up he won the European title last time out, because that Gareth was doing my head in all over Instagram, just messaging me. So I'm glad he put that to bed, especially within a round. It was nice to watch. Nice body shot. It's a shot I like to throw myself. The nice left up to the body. So probably Lee. I think I'm not sure what Carl's doing. I know he's saying bantamweight, but I don't know how long he's been out the ring now. Carl's a very good operator. Kash is a very good operator. I've sparred many rounds with Kash. He's very good himself. But within that mix there, everyone's on their own little path. Like I'm pushing along the WBO route, but I'm still high with the IBF. Lee's high with the IBF. I'm not sure what he is with WBC, because you get a good ranking with WBC when you win the European title. So yeah, everyone's on their own little path. I'm not sure what Cal's doing. Kash is doing his own thing as well. I think he's just won a WBC silver title. So yeah, everyone's edging in the right direction, and with the bantamweight scene, not even domestically, worldwide, it's massive at the moment. I was talking about this today. It's a red hot division. It's one of the best divisions out there in the world at the moment. Yeah,
I fully agree with you, man. There's some fantastic fights that could potentially happen. Obviously, there's fights that happened already, and there's some, like I said, there's going to be some great fights happening very shortly, because it's a fantastic division. Yeah,
it is red hot, especially domestically, and then when you push up a little bit, then you don't need to look. You've got Inoue who's pushing on for pound. He's definitely in the top 3 for me. Just shows how good the division is.
100%. I want to ask you, obviously, you mentioned about Gufai. He was messaging you constantly. Did he want to fight with you? Did he want to actually step in the ring with you and have a fight?
Gareth.
Yeah,
he's just non-stop messaging me. All the time, just giving me stick on Instagram. He's just a boring kid. His fight was made with McGregor, and it kept getting pushed back. I think he got pushed back about 3 times, and all he kept saying was, if Lee don't want the fight, I'll fight Butler. He's trying to give me like 2 weeks notice and stuff, and I was like, mate, just concentrate on Lee and try and get the W. I said, but more than likely you won't. I don't know what he's doing now. I think he's retired now, maybe.
I'm not too sure if he has. I had him on before that fight. I interviewed him before that fight. I'm not too sure if he's retired or not. He was calling out Fire as well at one stage.
He'll call out anyone that'll put a bit of a coin in his pocket for him.
Paul, before I let you go, I want to ask you: have you got a message for your fans who are going to be in Bolton cheering you on, and you've got a message for the fans that be watching at home?
Yeah, it's just nice to have a few fans, back in the crowd. It'll be nice to hear. Last time boxing, it was a little bit difficult, a bit weird. Not so much in the fight, but when the bell goes for the end of each round, it was just like you heard nothing. Normally you heard a nice big roar, but it'll be nice to hear some of my fans back in the arena. And for everyone watching at home, thanks for the support. And I'll try and bring a title home for you.
Brilliant, Paul. Absolute pleasure having you on. I really, really appreciate your time. I'm looking forward to watching you tomorrow, and I wish you nothing but the best going into that fight tomorrow.
Cheers, mate. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much, Paul. Take care now.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.